And we are back with the killer part of the video. We're going to talk about the killer's perks and its power. So, are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The Lutes of Fear. Through the medium of a mysterious videotape, Sadako spreads her curse to unwitting viewers and causes their untimely deaths. Before manifesting, the Unliu gains the undetectable status effect. That means that she's a stealth killer, people. She's a stealth killer. Mm-hmm. And is invisible to survivors, but become intermittently visible when within 32 meters of them. 32 meters, that's the terror radius of the killer. Special ability, Manifestation. The Unliu must physically manifest to attack survivors and press and hold the power button to manifest into the material form in its current position. For a brief duration after manifesting, the Unliu will continue to be intermittently visible to survivors within 32 meters. Afterwards, she will be fully visible within 32 meters for as long as she remains manifested. The Unliu can demanifest by pressing and holding the power button. So that means that she is basically a stealth killer.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go further. Special ability, Projection. The Unliu can also take material form by projecting herself through a TV. Press the ability button while looking at a powered TV to project into it, shutting the TV off. In process, all survivors within 16 meters of the TV gain the condemned progress. A fully condemned survivor is reviewed by killer instinct and can be killed once downed, which is basically the same as with Pyramids had Minimori.
Yes.
It's a Minimori, by the way, Kate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Survivors can temporarily turn off the TVs with the retrieve tape action. This adds condemned progress to the survivor. By holding a tape, the survivor can continue turning off other TVs, further gaining condemned doing so. One specific TV will have its aura highlighted to the survivor. This TV allows the survivor to spread the Unliu message by inserting their tape. Doing so removes some condemned progress. So basically, she's a stealth killer with a map pressure. She can teleport all over the map.
Yes.
And it has no cooldown in between, only at the start. Till all the TVs are used up, then there is like a cooldown. I will only say this: the only way that this would work is it's only with the new generation of Survivor players, because they don't know what a VHS tape is. And I think that we do know what a VHS tape is, right? I mean, we are from the generation that had VHS tapes, you know.
Yeah. So basically, this killer is this killer is a mix of Wraith and Demogorgon.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Freddy.
Yeah.
Because Freddy has the same type of teleportation, but only with generators.
And a little bit of the pig.
And Demo. Yeah, Demo. She's a mix of those killers. The thing is, she is bad in chase. That's the only thing that her weakness is.
Right.
But I think...
so true.
But I think that is because why she's so short. To make up for it. Because once the undetectable, once we know that she's a stealth killer, and this is something that Falcon and I notice a lot in games also with the pig and such. Once you know it is one of those killers, you are a bit more aware of where they come from. And the thing with Sadako is she is also really bright. She has these really bright clothes. She's white and such. She will be easily spotted.
Visible, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's also with Michael. With Michael, Michael's so big. He's a big boy, and you can easily see him across the map, thanks to his white mask. So, she plays like Raid. Basically, that's her playstyle. She's hit and run. That's the Raid playstyle, which is really weak for the current meta. Hit and run.
Right.
And then she has this Condemned, and the Condemned is not so strong. It's extremely weak.
You're right. It can be manipulated a little, you know, with the tapes and the TVs, and you know, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, but it is a lot of work also, eh? I mean, you have to really dedicate yourself to playing like that. But keep in mind, you also have to spread it across all those other survivors.
Right.
I mean, it's good for one survivor. You know, you can try and get one survivor out, but keep in mind it's a 1 versus 4, not a 1v1. That's the horrible thing for it. And I think Falcon knows that I'm right about that one, because Condemned take really long to build up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think they should tweak the numbers a bit.
Yeah.
Because you know, bro, it is in its actual state. It is very easy to remove the progress, but very hard to gain progress.
Yeah, because the survivor can ignore it.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue.
Yeah, because
you know, I think because I think this part of the power is helpful to make survivors waste time. You know. Yeah, but you know, now it is not frightful. You know, so the survivor has no reason to remove the progress, because it is so slow.
Yep, that's true, because at the end of the day, if you think about it, it's a power that can be ignored. That just is. It can be ignored.
Or manipulated.
Yeah. And if you want to manipulate it, then you waste too much time doing that.
Right.
And the generators will fly.
Yeah.
And if you just play normally, nothing will happen because the survivors will ignore it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
You know, bro, it is completely different from the chain out of Pinhead.
Yeah, Pinhead he's a good killer because he has map pressure because of his chain hunt.
Yeah, and you can't ignore the Q, you know.
Yeah. And the thing is also, as Pinhead, you feel it. You feel that you're putting out pressure on the survivors. You know that you are in control. Till they remove the cube, and then you are like, so yeah. All in all, it's okay. She's a stealth killer, but. And she has map event, she has map pressure. Map pressure is good. I like it. The fact is only that because she is a stealth killer, it will be difficult. That's the only thing. But then again, maybe it is different. But I will expect in the first week. If people are saying yes, she is good, well, keep in mind it is in the first week that she will be released. People will be like,
"That's right.
Yeah, she is awesome, she is great and such." Well, and that is what I said to Brother Falcone when we were talking about certain killers like the artists and such. Give it a week or two, survivors know how to play against it.
Yep.
And then because a lot of people are like, yeah, the artist is a strong killer, she's top tier. And I saw True Talent, I saw Ortdeva, whoever, they were all saying, yeah, the artist is top tier, and I said, well, she's mid. And in the end I was right. Because once you know how to play against them, it's over.
Yeah.
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 And the only one I could say of the recent releases is Pinhead. I could say he is a high A tier killer. High A tier. Not an S tier, but a high A tier. But if they give him 1 or 2 buffs, he could easily become...
Oh yeah, he'd be up there for sure.
He would be S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be S tier.
He's got potential.
Yeah, he has the potential, but...
Yeah.
It is what it is, so... up to the perks, guys. Oh wait, before I go to the perks, I forgot. I asked Falcon, now I'm gonna ask you. What do you think of her power?
I mean, real quick, I think, you know, we talked about everything. I was thinking, you know, I'm happy to see her, and
she was a killer
I can see what
that you gave in for the killers that you want to see in the game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because,
and I can see what they were trying to do with her.
Yeah.
You know, what they're trying to do is with her and the artists, you can see that they're saying, okay, you know what? We're trying to introduce killers that'll give a slow, continuous amount of pressure to the survivors that is what's the word? Not pressure that we have to do. It just comes built in. Yeah. You know? Passive. And they kind of did that. Yeah.
Passive pressure.
Yeah. Passive. Yeah, you're right. That's it. Passive pressure. And you know, and they did that even more passively with Pinhead, but you have to activate the chains. Yeah. Right? With the artist, they upped it a little bit, but at the same time they downed her and other things to try to balance her out. Yeah. And they did the same with her. Yeah. But the problem is that once you start knocking out those TVs, that is going to affect her general movement.
Yeah, and mobility.
And then that is when the map pressure is going to start to go downhill a little bit, and we're going to start having some issues. So, I mean, you can see what they're trying to do. I respect what they're trying to do with this. It's a good idea. They're trying to figure it out. But
gen speed is
the
real.
issue. Yeah.
Gen speed, gen rush is real.
Yeah, the gen rush is real, and I feel once she gets to those high.
Kate, Kate, wait.
Yeah.
We are doing it wrong.
Okay.
Brother Falcone.
Yeah.
Brother Falcone, can you please say your catchphrase about the gen rush? Falcon? How you say the gen rush is real? Can you say it?
Aha.
Because no one. Yeah, go ahead. Say it for us.
I think I say. The gen rush is real.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have to say the gen rush is real, we have to let Focus say it, because how he say it is nobody can say it as well as he can.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, bro, you feel it even when you are playing survival.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And it's like you say, that is the problem. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it
right.
is.
And I think they really need to start looking into the gens. Because the speed it's too high. And
but the problem is this.
Yeah.
There's two issues with that. The first is if you slow down the speed of the gens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to drag the game out, and for survivors, that's going to make people irritated. Because for survivors, we're already saying that the game can be dragging.
Yep.
You know, it would be good for killers because the game goes a little bit more manageably. Yep. For survivors, it could be like pulling teeth.
Yeah, but it could also be like that for the survivor is nothing different. You know,
yeah.
It's the thing is, it is like to be honest, it's give or take or something, you know, because at one side, the pressure for the killer is higher than that for the survivor. But I think they can easily make the gens a little bit slower, so that both sides feel like, okay, both sides feel like that they are in control. But
yeah.
But
or what they could do is, and this would be a learning cap for new survivors, but instead of having the more traditional skill check, you know, maybe the skill check should be a directional input. One skill check is up, one skill check is left, one skill check is right.
Yeah.
And then, they make it go that way.
They need to refresh a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because instead of it just being, okay, we're going to hit a space bar for your skill check or, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm saying make it, the directional buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And jumble it up.
Yeah.
And then that's, because then it's a curveball, It's not the same button.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, is that you have said everything about the power that you wanted to say?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess.
So let's go to the perks. Are you ready, Falcon, for the perks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the first perk is Skirt's Hook, Floods of Raids. You form a psychic connection with the entity and alter the rules of the trial. At the start of the trial, up to 4 random hooks are changed into Skirt's hooks. You see their auras in white. When a survivor is unhooked from a Skirt's hook, all other survivors have their auras revealed for 5 seconds. How many seconds? I know for a fact at tier 3 it's 7 seconds, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This to be honest, alone, this perk is shit. I will be honest, this perk is shit. Alone. This perk is only good when used with the perk Make Your Choice. That's the only thing I'm going to say. That is what this perk is actually only good for. And that is what I keep it at. So, Brother Falcone, what do you think of this perk?
So I think this one it's the second best perk of the Onlyo, I think.
Yeah.
It is a tracking perk, so it gives you information. And as all Scourge perks, okay, in order to get some value, you need to hook the survivor on a Scourge hook.
Yes.
Yeah, so, this can be a bit RNG dependent because, I'm running a lot pain resonance lately, so sometimes you get a bad RNG on the map, and maybe all your Scourge hooks spawns on the same area of the map, for example. So you can be a bit unlucky.
Yeah. But it doesn't hold away the fact that alone this perk is shit. Alone it is bad perk.
Yeah, because there is another problem. Okay, this perk is an aura reading perk.
Yeah.
But so if you are in chase with some survivor, I think this perk will do nothing for you.
Correct.
And because also, if you need aura reading during chase, put Imulgers.
Yeah.
It is much better.
Yeah. And not only that,
and also it there is another problem because you can't you are not in control of this perk because you get the aura reading only when the survivor is saved from the hook.
Yeah.
Which you can't know when the save will open.
Correct.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Do you think that this applies pressure to the survivors because they would want to unhook their friend ideally,
Yeah. Keep in mind that survivors don't get any notification of this perk.
Yep.
Yeah, so they don't know you have this Scourge
activated.
equipment. Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and even still, it needs another perk to be effective. It needs make your choice to get full effect of this perk. Because if you put this perk and then make your choice, you go away. The survivor that will save them will unhook, and she will scream, and her aura will be reviewed. You can use that to find that survivor and down that survivor thanks to make your choice. Because make your choice will, in some way you will have some form of pressure, because then you will have another survivor on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one survivor is healing.
So also another point, bro. So this perk is if you are going to camp people, this perk will be useless for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you think
bro, I think the only situation where this perk is good is if you just left the hook and you are having trouble maybe finding another survivor.
Yeah.
That would be the only situation in which this perk will help you, basically.
True. So, is that all you have to say about the perk?
I think so.
Then
maybe
yeah?
To be honest, I only want the duration maybe increased a bit. I think 9 seconds would be the sweet spot.
9 seconds. No. Yeah, I can blame you.
Yeah, just add a couple of seconds to the timer.
Yeah, and then you could basically keep comboing it with make your choice. Because
also, yeah.
Because that would be make your choice best body.
Mm-hmm.
This perk.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and just one last point. As all our reading perks, this perk will be best on the nurse, of course.
Yes.
yeah. Nurse, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but that is how good the nurse is. The nurse is so good, she works with every perk, even with the shit ones. I think
bro, they sometimes they don't buff or don't release strong perks because a nurse exists.
Yep. The thing is with the nurse is like wine. She gets better and better.
The simple fact that the existence of the nurse has a great impact on the balancement of perks.
Yeah, but it's also because behavior is scared of the nurse. The nurse is so powerful, even the people that created her are scared of her. That is how great the nurse is. It's a fact. So yeah. We're gonna go to Kate. What is your opinion of this perk?
I mean, I was thinking about using it on the nurse. I think it's I when I saw it, I thought this is something that I could benefit from, because I was using Devour Hope.
Yeah.
And obviously that was getting broken all the time automatically.
Yeah.
Number one, this doesn't get broken. For me as a nurse player, I just have to hope that she's going to move fast enough carrying somebody to hook them on one of these white hooks.
Yeah.
But once I get them on there, I'll blink away.
Yeah.
And then if I just happen to see, real quick, because people will either go, okay, you know what, maybe she has rage, flood of rage.
Yeah.
We'll let them hang on the hook for a little while. Okay, well then their buddy's life is going down.
Mm-hmm.
But then they go, oh, okay, well we're going to let them go. And then I happen to see, some red blips.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blink over there as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And like you said, just ideally try to knock them down with make your choice.
Yep.
Or maybe, try to tunnel a little. But for me, I'm happy to see something like this being created.
Well, it has a two-way effect, because on one side, and I will say this immediately, on one side, because if you get to make your choice, they will scream and they're like, oh my god, I'm exposed, and they will think, oh, you come back. So they will be hiding, and they will try to make sure that you don't get them knocked down. So they will be hiding, and they are like not working on a generator because they think, oh, she is coming back. Just make your choice. But on the other side, there could be a survivor that is right next to you that is revealed thanks to floods of rage, and you could start chasing him.
Yeah.
Because in one side it would cause this psychological effect of oh, I'm exposed, I should not work something. And on the other side, you could find immediately a survivor that is right next to you, and you didn't even see it. But thanks to the hour you do.
Yeah.
It's so basically it can help you get into chases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, I would not mind using, personally using Floods of Rage, Pop Goes the Weasel, Call of Brine, and maybe Nurse's Calling or Barbecue and Chili.
Yeah, or make your choice.
And if I... or make your choice. It would have to be some sort of that group, And if I didn't use Nurse's Calling, maybe I'll use the Bad Man's Tooth.
Yeah.
As an add-on.
Yeah.
But that I think it's possible. I think there's been so many perks for the past couple of months that I go, oh my god. But I think this has some sort of a possibility, and the next one too. Yeah,
I agree. So let's go to the next one.
Yeah,
it's called Call of Brine. Your psychic abilities influence technology in devastating ways. After damaging a generator, this perk becomes active for 60 seconds. 60 seconds is a minute. The generator regresses at, and I know this for a fact, at tier 3 for 200 seconds, 200% of the normal regression speed, and its aura is revealed to you. Each time a survivor completes a good skill check on a generator affected by this perk, you receive a loud noise notification. Brother Falcone, what do you think of this perk?
Oh, this is basically a mini ruin.
Yeah, that cannot be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah, and that is a very, very strong advantage in my opinion.
Yeah, especially in gen.
Yeah, because you have to kick the gen, but you get the same benefit of ruin, and the survivor can't destroy it.
Yep.
Yeah. So and you know it, bro. I don't. To be honest, I don't like playing with X perks, just for this reason. Yeah. So this perk will give you a good alternative, in my opinion. And I also like the fact that this perk has no cooldown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kick 2, 3, 4 generators and it will still work.
Yeah, and that is nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have you get information because this perk will notify you if one survivor is repairing the generator. So it also has a tracking ability built in. No?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. To be honest, this is very good, bro. I think this is the best perk of the killer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
This is definitely the best one.
Well,
I think this is one of the best ones for killer that they've had in quite a while.
I would say I would put it in an. I think it is an A tier perk, not completely S tier, but I would say it is high A tier, at least.
Oh, for sure.
At least it is high A tier. It's not S tier because there are perks that are performing better than it, but it is close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The only reason I would not put this perk in S tier is because you have to kick the gen.
Yeah.
Only for that reason. Yeah. So if the generator is on the other side of the map, you will get 0 to little value from this perk.
Yeah. Imagine being in Hunters and you have this perk and you have to go to the other side of the map. Or you're an hack, or you're a nurse.
Bro, we already talked about this topic. To be honest, I wouldn't use this perk on Huntress.
Correct. So we're gonna let Kate say her thing about the perk. It's her turn.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's good. I'm happy they did it. Yeah, I think it's a big step in the right direction, you know. And unfortunately, whenever perks like this start to come out, then it reminds me of Hex Undying.
Yep.
And then it got nerfed.
Yeah, I remember one time that you and I played against someone that had the Hex Undying, and the only time that I actually had to destroy like 5 totems.
Yep.
I mean that was like what, 1 in 20 games that we did together.
Right.
And I to be honest, and this is just me telling the truth because well, Kate and I do play Survivor together, and well, she fixed the gens and I get chased or camped by the Huntress.
Yep.
Because I for some reason the Huntress players like to camp me. I've been camped a lot by Huntresses. By the Camptress.
The Camptress.
Yeah, the Camptress. And I can honestly tell you guys that if it is 1 in 20 games, that you actually get a game where you have to destroy a rune like 5 times. That's actually not so bad. Because it is basically the same as putting up a boon totem. It's technically the same, you know, because at the moment I'm sniffing like 5 or 6 or 10 boon totems a game. So yeah, and what Kate is saying is true. It is like it reminds her of Hex Undying, the old one. So yeah.
Yeah, I just hope, there's not going to be too many complaints and people are going to say, hey, we need to nerf this. I mean, for killers, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Killers need it at the moment. We are, and especially since they itself said that, killers are underperforming because of because of Survivor Friends and such.
Right.
But as we know with behavior, they tend to say one thing and do the other the next time. I mean, killers are underperforming. Yet they nerf the twins and they nerf Nemesis and those kinds of stuff, and they don't touch the Blight who is overperforming. So yeah, it's okay. So Anything else to say about the perk, Kate? Or can we go to
No,
the
I
next?
think that's yeah.
So we are now going to the next one. And that is Merciless Storm. The horrible trauma is felt by everyone. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my trauma is always felt by everyone, because every every game in Dead by Daylight that I play as killer is a trauma for me. So yeah, everyone will feel it. I mean, everyone that is with Kate feels the trauma of being a killer. Everyone with Falcon, everyone can feel his trauma of being a killer. So yeah, Merciless Storm is nothing new. Get a grip. Okay. When a generator reaches 90% progress, survivors working on a generator will be faced with a continuous skill checks. If they miss or stop repairing the generator, is blocked for 16 seconds. How is it in tier 3, brother Falcone?
It is 20 seconds.
20 seconds. And
yeah,
20 seconds. That is like that's almost a quarter of that's almost a quarter of that is more than a quarter of a minute, if I'm correct. So Merciless Storm can only trigger once per generator per trial. Can only trigger once per generator per trial.
Yeah, so it means that it is just to avoid spamming from behalf of the killer, because imagine you interrupt survivors with this perk. The generator regresses below 90%. The survivor will not get another continuous skill check.
Okay.
So yeah, so it means Merciless Storm will work only once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
so
you that is if you are lucky, you will get to use it up to 7 times in the entire game. If you are lucky. Yeah, because it will work only once. Because working 2, 3, 4 times would be overpowered and too oppressive for the poor survivors.
Oh yeah, the poor survivors.
But yeah. But the thing is, bro, this perk will simply not work in top level games.
True.
Because I tried it, and okay, the skill check is continuous, but they are very easy to hit.
Yeah.
And also the blocking time is almost useless.
Yeah, it is not like with corrupted defension. Corrupted defension is actually better because
but also, bro, Deadman Switch is 45 seconds. It is much better than Merciless Storm. So what's the point of this perk? Because even if to be if I want to be sure to get some value, I must go to that generator and push survivors off the gen,
Yeah, even deadlock is better.
Yeah, but then I only get 20 seconds of blocking. That switch is much better.
Yeah, it's a way better perk, and combine it with pain resonance. You get so much more value.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you will regress the generator and block it also for 45 seconds, which is much better than this bullshit.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, this is the worst perk of the killer.
And that is all that you have to say about this perk, Falcon? Or do you have anything that?
Maybe they should increase the blocking duration, At least 30, at least 30 seconds, at least 40 or 45 would be even better. And they should make the skill check more difficult, in my opinion.
I think the skill checks should start earlier also. At 90%,
maybe 80 seconds. Sorry, 80% or 85% would be nice.
70%. I would say 70%.
Yeah. Oh, so just like Tinker.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, let them sweat for it. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good idea.
I mean, it is. I mean, I don't mind because it would also give other perks some. It would also make it more. How should I say? Synchronize more with other perks like Hunter's Lullaby. You know.
Mhm.
And maybe I don't know what other perks there are, like unnerving presence. You know, because if it was like that, then this perk would be really good on the doctor with unnerving presence and everything.
Right.
Because it would make it harder for the doctor to do his stuff, you know. Would make it easier for the doctor to do his stuff. So, but I will now go to Kate. Kate, what is your opinion about this perk?
I think it's, you know, a good idea that they came up with, but I probably wouldn't use it personally. Yeah. Because my concern mainly is because you can only use it once, they can just say, well, number one, if they're good survivors, then they can just blow through the skill checks.
Yeah.
You know? But number two, if they can't, and they know that this is something that they can only be used once, then they'll just move to one of the other gens.
Yep.
And then it's done. That's it. Boom.
Yep. It is,
you know?
It is one of those perks that can be ignored.
Right.
I mean, as soon as you see the skill checks coming up, you're like, oh, okay, he has...
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And it doesn't synchronize with any perks right now, because 90% is not a lot, and it is easily fixed. Especially with two survivors. So yeah, it's like you said.
Concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like the runt of the letter. This is the runt of the perks. It's not that.
Yeah.
So is that all that you have to say?
Yeah, I think yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think we're done with the perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say we are now going to stop, and we will see you guys at the perk build suggestion part of the video. Bye.